channel, baby.
Yeah.
What it do, Half and J family. Welcome back to the channel, baby.
Yes.
It's your boy Half.
And your girl J.
And we back with another reaction video. All right, y'all, welcome back to the channel.
Yes, welcome back, welcome back.
You know what I mean? Happy Wednesday.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hump day.
Right.
We're right there to the finish line.
Yeah.
A little bit more to go. And we'll be at the finish line, meaning the end of the work week. You know what I'm saying? So, we about to get into some more reactions, because that's what we love to do. So let them know, Miss J, who we gonna react to today.
Okay, this is titled Barack Obama, Michelle Obama is a man / transgender.
Hey, listen, we only react to the stuff. We're not making these videos up. We only react to them. So don't blame us, please. So anyway, let's get into it. But before we do, everybody that's out there who has not yet subscribed to the channel, boom! Go ahead, hit that subscribe button.
Yes.
Turn your post notifications on.
Yes.
Like and share this video.
Yes, please. Oh my God.
And comment down below, baby. Come and join the squad, man.
Yes. Half and J.
Plus, we already kicking off. What? Good vibes, baby. Good vibes. Lean to the side.
Oh man.
Boom.
Boom.
You feel?
Woo.
Let's get it.
A true conspiracy theory.
True. Man, why you looking like that?
That looks creepy.
All right. Look like some Halloween stuff.
Mr. Rivers, how are you? You made a ton of news officiating the wedding in New York yesterday. Is this like a new cottage career move for you?
I'm so excited.
Okay.
And I should do very well because I don't choke.
And do you think that the country will see the United States will see the first gay president or the first woman
We already
president?
have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know, Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
She said Michelle Obama is a transgender. She said we all know.
That's what she said. That was
We
Joan
all
Rivers
know.
that said it, not us.
The United States will see the first gay president or the first woman
We already
president?
have it with Obama, so let's just calm down.
Got it.
You know, Michelle is a trans.
I'm sorry, she's a what?
A transgender. We all know.
Oh my gosh.
It's okay.
Distinguished guests, and men and women of the finest military in the world. Most of all, Admiral Muller, Deborah. Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack, who's deployed today. All of you.
Who's
He said Michael and I.
right? Who's Michael?
Don't tell me I'm gonna be up all night. Don't tell me this is the type of video that's gonna have me up all night.
I mean,
Don't tell me
I'm
that.
trying to figure out who Michael is.
Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack, who's deployed today. All of you have performed extraordinary service to our country. Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack, who's deployed today.
I've always thought Michelle Obama looked like something was wrong with her. They talk about how beautiful she is. She looks profanely scary and monstrous to me. And she always wears these weird fluffy things around her waist. And her shoulders are wide enough to put 3 men's heads on. And of course, you know the classic thing of a male. You could have 3 heads on a male's shoulders. and only another head on a woman's shoulder, or one half of a head on each side. That's a well-known thing in anatomy. And I saw a online video that I may air today, and we may look into this, talking about Michelle Obama looking like a man, and how they only release photos of her with her hands up, covering her shoulders, or her turned at an angle. And I started looking at it with Joan Rivers saying she's a transvestite. And I've been hearing this for years, and I thought, come on. I know Obama was raised by a transvestite and the rest of it, and I'm not getting into bashing people. That's not my cup of tea.
What?
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Did he just say what I thought he just said?
What?
That he was raised by...
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm hitting the gym hard. I'm hitting the gym super hard. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna sit my teeth.
Transvestite? And I've been hearing this for years, and I thought, come on. I know Obama was raised by a transvestite and the rest of it, and I'm not getting into bashing people. That's not my cup of tea. But I started to really last night look at videos of this and look at photos of her in the official White House photo, and she looks like an NBA center. I mean, she looks more like Shaquille O'Neal than a black woman. And knowing all the weirdness, and that we don't even know who Obama really is, and his social security numbers don't e-verify. And then his dad, clearly, we saw the documentary, Dreams of My Real Father. And I mean, it's him with the famous pornographer who lived in Hawaii, who his grandfather was best buddies with, and who Obama would stay the summers with. A famous communist pornographer. And you look at the guy, it's Obama's dad. So the whole Kenya thing with her saying, my husband's from Kenya, we visited his place of birth in multiple videos in 2006 and 7. His Harvard review, where he was the head of the Harvard Law Review, and he said, I was born in Kenya in his bio. And in his bio for shopping book deals when he was a senator, state senator, said, I was born in Kenya. And we took that bait, hook, line, and sinker, folks. That, oh my God, they're covering up the records, oh, he's from Kenya, but his dad looks something like him. And then you see Frank Marshall Davis. I mean, it's his daddy. And then his grandfather's best buddies with him in the CIA. And then you go, oh my gosh. And then imagine the joke. See, it's all about a joke on us. That he's got cutout daughters, look nothing like him, and a cutout wife. And I began to look at his daughters last night and look at his wife. She's has that double chromosomal disorder where women are really men. And it's turned out a lot of the Olympic runners and a lot of the top tennis players and things really are not even really females. They're not hermaphrodites. Some of them are hermaphrodites, or both. A lot of them have this double chromosome. Men can have it too. And the Olympics are looking at trying to ban this in men and women, because men are like supermen, they're like cavemen. And then the women are like men when they have this chromosomal disorder. It was the double X, double Y. In fact, print me some literature on that. I'm going from memory. But I always looked at her jaw, her shoulders, her pelvis. All of it looks male. She has that male Superman physique. And it just clicked. You know what? I bet she is not who she says she is. I mean, my gut just really registered with that. What do you think about that? There is chromosome abnormality. Chromosome anomaly, abnormality, aberration, or mutation is a missing, extra, or irregular portion of chromosomal DNA. It can be from a atypical number of chromosomes or a structural abnormality in one of the chromosomes. Chromosome mutation has formerly used in a strict sense to mean a change in a chromosomal segment involving more than one gene. Yeah, but find the one, guys, that's hyper male or hyper female. It's super male, super female. Because I remember seeing documentaries about it and reading books about it in biology, reading about it. But it's a big issue in the Olympics. They talk about it on ESPN, where they go and they do blood tests on, female runners and folks that don't look like women. And hey, it turns out they don't have a penis, excuse my French, but that's the word, that's the medical word for it. But they do have male genetics. They're men. They're men. And it turned out, remember the Russians couldn't lose in the 60s and 70s and 80s, and the women weightlifting didn't really look like women, and they would test them, and you know, they didn't have steroids in them, but they looked like men. Well, they were men.
Michelle Obama might be a man. I know that might sound ridiculous, but isn't. After all, there are many questions surrounding...
Wait. You see the picture?
Why they gotta look like that though? Like that's messed up. That's messed up. Damn.
Michelle Obama might be a man. I know that might sound ridiculous, but isn't. After all, there are many questions surrounding the president's past, and now people are starting to question the sexual orientation of the First Lady. Alex Jones has a special report on that from our new television studio in Austin, Texas.
Well, Joan Rivers talked about it in the last few days, and it's a big international news story. The question is, who is Michelle Obama? Is she really a woman? Is she a man? Now, I'm not drawing any conclusions here, but I know this. It's fair to question anything and everything this administration says, because I can't think of an administration in history that has been caught with such a perfect record of everything they say and do being a lie, being a fraud. You've got all these examples with Obamacare and all the taxes it raises on poor people and the death panels and all the denials about that. And then the architect of Obamacare, Rahm Emanuel's brother, comes on Fox News and says, you know what, the plan is to bankrupt the healthcare system with this and bring in total socialism. So the insurance companies are getting in line. These people are the authors of so much corruption, so much tyranny, that they shouldn't whine and complain when the public doesn't believe anything they're saying, especially when every time I look at Michelle or Michael Obama, the first lady or the first tranny, every time I look at them, something doesn't look right. She doesn't look like any black woman or any woman I've ever known. She's got shoulders that are wider than a man's, which physiologically doesn't happen. Again, you can put 3 heads on a man's shoulders and only 2 heads on a woman's shoulders. That's a known anatomy. And then women generally have wider hips than men do. You look at her arms and the rest of it, when she's standing straight on, she looks like no woman I have ever seen, except for people who have had different chromosomal disorders who choose to be a woman. And I've got the statistics and the numbers right here in front of me. We're seeing more and more of these chromosomal disorders because of all the toxic waste and GMO that's been introduced. One of them is the Klinefelter syndrome, or the double XY, where you basically are part female, part male, and then generally around puberty or even younger, the person needs to choose who they're going to be. And when you look at other people who have been reported, like Olympic runners and others, to perhaps having this disorder, they look just like Michelle Obama. And we've seen cases before where they then do the test and then don't release them. And the Russians got caught in the Olympics, of course, back in the 70s and 80s, having, quote, women wrestlers and weightlifters that really weren't women. They were really men. It's just they didn't have the genitalia, and some evidence showed they'd had it removed so that the great state could be shown of communism as defeating capitalism. But Joan Rivers, obviously, while officiating at a gay wedding, was basically asked about if America would accept this. And she said, well, we already have a gay president and his transvestite wife. For me, this isn't really a laughing matter, because not just the sexuality, but the very genetics of the human species across the board is being manipulated. We've got some areas of the United States where more than 2/3 of the frogs are being born hermaphrodites or asexual or sterile. We've got all sorts of sexual mutations happening in guinea pigs that are fed GMOs. Things I won't get into here on the air. And we are all guinea pigs under this. So getting all the political correctness aside, there has always been people throughout history, males identify as females, females identify as males. There's always been a small portion of that, a small statistic. And I don't judge or attack those people. And I'm not obsessed with it either. I'm sick of the societal obsession with it. It's clearly being pushed, and that's what I'm tired of, is the force feeding of all of this culturally to reduce population and also break up the family. I'm tired of male role models that are traditional and female traditional role models being under attack. And so those that are pushing this politically correct agenda that tell us don't use the word bossy, it attacks women, or your kid can't play with a Nerf gun, or don't call illegal aliens immigrants, and then don't call them immigrants, call them migrants, and then don't call them migrants, call them people that you need to bow down and worship and pay for, or you're a racist, or turn your guns in or you're a racist, or vote for Obamacare, you're a racist. The truth is we're dealing with a move towards eugenics and dehumanization, period, that makes Brave New World look like an instruction manual. And after all, Aldous Huxley did say in his nonfiction book, Brave New World Revisited in 1961, that indeed it was an instruction manual, and that his brother headed up the UN plan at UNESCO to actually end the sexes as we know it and create biological androids to serve the state. So we're being conditioned by the television, conditioned by the chemicals, conditioned by the bad food, all of it, to become artificial consciousness, artificial insemination, because we're so incredibly infertile that we have to have 3 parents now, and the baby has to be designed. And if they build back doors into all the technology and all the smart grids to surveil and control us, everything we talked about now admitted, I'm here to tell you they admit they're planning to build backdoor systems and stack genetic traits they want into all these new designer babies. The globalists are a cult of genetic engineering. So we can make jokes about Michelle Obama obviously having some type of chromosomal mutation or disorder. I mean, undoubtedly something's wrong with her. People can make jokes all day about how she's really a merman from series He-Man Masters of the Universe. But again, bottom line, we can laugh at our own peril, because this is affecting all of us and all of our children. And genetic disorders are off the chart. They're just telling us, oh, this is just because we have bad genes. Well, why wasn't it expressing like this before? It is the environmental things that are being added into the food chain by design that is clearly causing this to happen. And the globalists told us that that's what they were planning to do.
Right, what's going on, man? Shit. I'm trying to see. What's it? When was index finger longer and ring finger shorter? Nose finger longer, index finger shorter. Index finger. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
make
male
sure
and
it's
female
right.
differences in the hand.
You know, I was in the gym. I don't know if it was today or yesterday. And there was a female in there that was, you know, I think she was either with her dude or somebody she was with, right? And they was doing their thing. And there was like, you know, what you want to work on, this, that, and third, like how big you trying to get? She said, I'm just not trying to look like Tina Turner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I fell out rolling, man. Like, to me, that was just so funny.
Right.
I said, damn, like Tina Turner, though?
That's not the goal.
And I started remembering, we was watching What's Love Got to Do With It. Man, I started thinking about that. I just started busting up laughing, man. Like, that's crazy. But anyway, this right here was insane right here. You know, this was like, that went over the head for sure. You know, for sure.
But why would Joan Rivers just out and say that?
I don't know. I heard Joan Rivers was an alcoholic, you know what I'm saying, and some more stuff. That's just what I heard.
And why would he say Michael and I? He knows his wife's name. I have no idea.
I have no idea. I'm still trying to figure out who Michael is. Michael Jordan? Michael Jackson? What other Michael we know? You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, listen. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let us know what y'all thought about that, though, man. And if anybody know who Michael is, please let me know. Because I'd like to know who Michael is. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, let's jump into...
That was a creepy video.
Yeah, and then the music in the background.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I have a headache.
It's like I was watching the Twilight Zone.
I got a little headache.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, that was creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy. But anyway, we're going to do some shout outs.
Okay, first shout out goes to Florida Back Road. What's up, Florida Back Road?
Florida Back Road, you hear them back streets, huh? Shout out to you. Hope you definitely enjoyed that. I mean, if you can enjoy that, but you know. Hope you found that interesting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Second shout out goes to Stumble, Repent, Repeat. What's up, Stumble, Repent, Repeat?
Stumble, Repent, Repeat. I like that. Shout out to you. Hope you found that interesting.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We definitely appreciate everybody.
Yes, we do.
Showing up. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for all the love, all the support.
Thank you so much.
For the last 3 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's love right there. You know, a lot of people think that this is easy to do, but it's really not.
Right.
It's a job. It becomes very stressful at times.
Oh, yeah.
So, but we try to, you know, stay positive for y'all, man. Even through all the dramas and the BS that we go through personally in our own lives. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So with that being said, make sure y'all stay healthy.
Yes.
Keep God first.
Yes, most importantly.
And we'll catch you guys in the next reaction video.
Yes.
Peace.